to get it back. And the way to get it back is to go back to the beginning. You know what I mean?
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. My name is JH. October. Awareness Month, right here. Let's support the boobies. If this is the first video you're watching, go back and watch the other video first, because I'm just going to continue on this article. govexec.com. Read it for yourself. DeJoy got his changes coming. The changes that we spoke about before. So we gonna try and break down another section of this article. Break it down into pieces. You see me? All right. One letter carrier in Cincinnati told GovExec she and her colleagues would embrace the changes, including the longer commutes, if it was actually proven to cut costs. But employees have doubts, that's everybody, that paying them more to drive longer actually will lead to efficiencies. They don't think it's going to help. DeJoy has said it will save costs on the contracted trucks that USPS hires to bring mail between various facilities. What does that mean? So, let me continue. With the routes taking longer as letter carriers travel further, management has told various groups will have to add some new staff. Letting people go, bringing people on. We are paid by the hour, the letter carrier said. If it takes us longer, that costs the Postal Service money. She added, if carriers are pressured to complete their routes in the same amount of time, despite the longer drives, that could start some tension. We know it does. We know it will. Postal management in his recent weeks has ramped up its communication with employee groups, but leaders for those organizations said that their questions about the impact of the changes of their members have largely gone unanswered. USPS officials have not shared or made public the data underlying their assumptions of cost savings. Inspector General reports have found previous consolidation initiatives have realized just a small fraction of projected savings, though DeJoy has stressed his renewed effort will bring more benefits than just lowered costs. What I'm reading, it's just what Jay's reading. Yes, it will cost the post office more because of the travel times for the carriers. Yeah, a little bit, but how much is a carrier really making? You guys make some decent money, but what they're trying to do is eliminate the contracted tractor trailer operators. That's what I'm reading. My buddy sent me this article and I'm like, okay, I didn't understand it, but now that I read it a few times, this makes sense. It costs the post office more money to hire a contracted tractor trailer operator company to go the longer distance. See, with us as tractor trailer operators, I believe we can only drive within, they're saying within a 60-mile radius between the plant that we're based out of and a station. So anything outside of that 60 miles, they give it to contractors, tractor trailer operators. These contract trailer operators, they pay them millions of dollars to cover the contracts, and the contracts is bring the mail from the plant to the station. If they eliminate those millions of dollars that they're paying the contractors, some of you guys that work as carriers, you're trying to get back to catch the truck. If you don't see United States Postal Service on your driver, or you don't see a Postal Service trailer, that means 9 times out of 10, he's just a contracted driver. Those guys cost a lot of money. So if they eliminate them, they're actually saving costs. So if they're paying them millions of dollars and they're only paying an extra $500,000 just for the cost of the carriers, They save 500 grand right there. I'm not saying those are the figures. I'm just saying that is what I'm reading. That makes sense to me. This is going to be a discussion, boy. Woo! Joy suggested he's already vastly improved the trajectory for the USPS workforce. Previous leadership has overseen a significant workforce reduction, increased outsourcing, declined to invest in infrastructure, and hired far more non-career workers who often quickly left the agency. While DeJoy has said he could further cut 50,000 postal positions through attrition, he noted that he has converted 100,000 non-career employees into permanent staff. He making it happen. He said the USPS will continue to bring in new equipment to improve working conditions and vowed to expand offerings such as same-day delivery, return services, and initiatives like the highly successful delivery of the COVID-19 test kits, blah, blah, blah. I'm not going to continue on. Nonetheless, what I'm seeing, again, this is just Jay's opinion, and I ain't nobody. He wrote here that previous leadership, older management, overseen a significant workforce reduction. That means they tried to minimize the staff. You ever walk into your plant and be like, yo, where's everybody at? Why is nothing happening here? Why is nothing happening? I know I do. I go into my plant during the day. I'm like, yo, we are severely understaffed. That infamous saying, too many chiefs, not enough Indians. Too many chiefs. And any of you managers that are watching, if you're not offended, then it don't apply to you. But there's definitely too many chiefs and not enough Indians. And so what he's saying is that the previous leadership has overseen a significant workforce reduction. All these chiefs are like, well, let's cut costs by not bringing in mail handlers at this time. Let's not bring in clerks at this time. Let's just slam it on the next shift. They increased outsourcing. So they gave work away to other people. Work at a station, your dock breaks. You ever see a postal guy come there and fix your dock? No. They hired somebody to come and fix your dock instead of having one of us come and fix it. Outsourcing. No good. No good. Dock doors break. How come our people can't fix it? They send it out and they hire a contractor to do it. That's what they're saying. The previous leadership did that. They declined to invest in infrastructure, meaning they didn't buy no stuff to help the production of the buildings, production of the mail. They just used the same equipment and hired far more non-career workers. They kept hiring people that were non-career. The PSEs, the MHAs, those are non-career. And those non-career people tend to leave the agency because they don't foresee a future. They got to stick through the headaches. Y'all already know. He says he could further cut 50,000 postal positions through attrition. Again, attrition, kind of forcing people out that don't belong there. Cutting the positions, not the workers. Too many chiefs and not enough Indians. How come they got like a station manager, a 204B, another 204B, a postmaster, an assistant postmaster, a postmaster's assistant? How come they have all them managers and you only got 2 clerks working? That's the dumb look. These people getting $90,000, $100,000 a year while a clerk barely making 60. Y'all see what I'm talking about? Y'all already see it. That's how he plans on reducing the costs. Give people more help. You have more help to do your job. Some people live off of this overtime. They love it. But other people like, man, this is just too much work. How many of you guys are forced into 12-hour days? Forced. Why are you forced into 12-hour days? Because they don't have enough labor. Right? Yeah. This is read the article for what it is. Be open with the article. And then, just try to dissect it in the best way you can. And when I start reading the comments, and you guys all read the comments, you will know the ones that don't like the change that's upcoming are typically the naysayers, are the ones that complained in the last few videos that no, it's never happening, or the ones that tend to drag it out, or the ones that milk the clock. Those are the ones that don't want this change. Change is good. Change is good. And you know what? I think I've gone on long enough with this video. This is JH, and we out.